What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Commentary for you. Madden School has released, I don't want to say leaked, Madden screenshots, because clearly these came from the beta build, but they have put up some screenshots. Whether they're approved or not, I wanted to kind of go through and talk to you guys a little bit about what you see here. I'm hoping when you look at this Welcome to Madden screen that the favorite team actually changes the players, and hopefully we can learn a little bit more about the player builds by going through each team. You see Tom Brady, obviously with the Patriots highlighted here, talks about the pro reads. For great quarterbacks, vision and anticipation are paramount. When they enter the zone, their first open receiver is highlighted while they're standing in the pocket. Seems to me more like something that would hold your hand. Ironic when it's a great quarterback that you have that, when really great quarterbacks build chemistry, not just open receivers. But I'm really going to be open to interpretation as to how that works. You know, being a fan of the Colts, as most of you know, I'll probably have a good experience with the pro reads quarterbacks, so I'm not sure if it's going to be something I like or dislike. A lot of times you just can't trust the read, so I don't know if a receiver glowing is going to help that. The defensive reactions seem to be the problem more than anything else. Moving forward here, and I guess more importantly, taking a look at the actual game shot, I will say the scoreboard up at the top is a little distracting if those lines are indicative of which team has the ball. I'm really not a big fan of any type of scoreboard that's not seamless, that doesn't look like it would be in a real game, and kind of those jagged edges on the side just don't give me that impression. I mean, first impressions are everything. I'm looking at the screen, I'm not seeing something that stands out a lot from other games. The colors seem to be washed out a little bit. Madden does this a lot if you really pay attention. They'll go vibrant colors one year, washed out colors the next, and it makes it look like the game is different because visually the colors have changed for you, but the gameplay, as we all know, stays the same. Now, when I am looking at this, to be honest with you, I don't see the body types that we had talked about a couple videos ago, more than 500 body types, player types, however you want to go about it. When I'm looking down that line, I'm seeing a lot of similar position, a lot of similar shapes, and not a lot of change between each player's build. Now, the X's, I mean, honestly, I think that's open to interpretation. I'm not going to sit here and say that they would break the game. To me, those X's are a little bit too much, if that's the X factor. But if you're also telling me that teams are only going to have so many of them and they're not going to get littered all over the field like maybe we saw before in terms of when they went and do the weapons, where you could theoretically go out, make a team full of weapons, and then every single player on your offensive line, and our offense would almost seem to have one, it looked a little bit cluttered. If they're going to limit the X's to where they're going to be significant players, I guess I'm okay with it. But at the same time, it is a pretty big distraction. Not only that, the fact that they change size when you go and look on the defense, it's just a little bit out of place. Hopefully they can find a way to kind of minimize the visual impact they have. I mean, when you're looking to play a video game, when you're looking at the field, you don't want big X's jumping out at you. You want to actually try to understand what's happening on the field, not have your eyes stop on these big X's, which, to be honest, is what they're going to do. So with that said, this is really the first look we have at Madden 20. Hard to make an impression one way or another. To me, it's disappointing that it doesn't really seem like we're having those player body changes that we've been talked about for so long, even this year. I mean, when you go back and forth with it on a developer and they tell you just wait and see, and then when you first see it, you don't really see it. And I think a lot of that probably is the camera. A lot of that probably is you just don't get a true feel for these players' size the way this game is actually played as a video game. But at the same time, you do expect those things to be carried over at some point. And really, when you just don't see it, it's a bit strange. To me, the offensive linemen look like the smallest players in this image, if you're just looking at it, in my opinion. Love to know what you would think about it. Appreciate you checking it out. I'll be back in the week with more commentary.